So what have you been up to since leaving the Big Brother house?
I've been kept really busy because I was only evicted quite close to the end, and there's a lot of appearances and media stuff that I had to do for about 9 days after leaving the house. I had about 5 days off in which I went home to visit my family. So I visited my mum and dad and my sister who live in a country town where I was born, so I sort of spent a couple of days there. And then I was literally straight back to Adelaide for pop-up shows and then back here for the finale stuff. So I've literally had about 4 days off.
Oh wow.
Yeah, been really busy.
So what kind of reception have you been receiving, and do you feel that it's fair?
It's been mixed reception. I find to my face everyone's been fantastic. A lot of people have been really supportive and said that's fantastic that you followed your heart and sort of took that path. I think social media is a bit harsher, but even still, the amount of negative comments I get is probably only 10% compared to the amount of positive, and as soon as one person says something nasty, I find a lot of people jump in and come to my rescue, which is really fantastic.
That's good.
I mean, the thing with negative social media, I get where people are coming from. A lot of people are, sort of having the other person's back a little bit, so I get that they're sort of maybe trying to punish me for what I've done to that other person. But in reality, they're never going to be able to punish me as much as I'm punishing myself. Like, there's not a day goes by that you don't feel guilty that you've hurt somebody's feelings. So everyone has a right to their opinions. Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you happy to have left when you did and get a chance to decompress a little before this all ended, or would you rather still be in the house?
I think I personally came out at a good time. I was ready to come out, but also because Lawson had left the day before.
Right.
I really think coming out together and just handling the media together was a lot better for both of us, because we were sort of able to support each other through it. Because I think we both had our lows and our high moments, and it was good. They sort of happened at different times, so it was good that we were able to be there for each other during those low moments and just support each other through the rough patches, which is handy. If we'd have come out at separate times, one person would have faced it all and then the other person would have had to face it all again. I think it would have raised it all again and made it harder. Even for other people involved, it would have been harder. So I think coming out when I did, I was happy.
Good timing.
Yeah.
Well, obviously tonight we've got the grand finale happening.
Yes.
So who do you think is going to win, and who do you think deserves to win?
Interesting question. I have this feeling that Sky might win, just from my appearances at Dreamworld when you get to meet all the fans. She has got so much support. Everybody seems to really love her. Lots of young girls really love her. If I was to choose who I would prefer to win, I'd probably say Ryan, just because he was the guy that I bonded with in the house, and he's just a genuine guy, hilarious, and just really easy to live with. So he'd be my pick to win if I got to choose.
Yeah.
Okay. So what has this whole experience taught you about yourself? And if you had the chance, would you do it all over again?
I've had a lot of time to reflect on what this experience has brought to me, mainly because in the first 2 weeks of going into the house I really sort of struggled and just regressed into my shell. I all of a sudden got really nervous about being around all these people, which was a reaction I never expected to have, because in my group of friends at home I'm sort of a loud one, but when you get put in with a bunch of alpha type personalities, I just felt like I didn't know why I was there. So I learned a lot about myself, about pushing myself out of my comfort zone and not being afraid to do anything, and I'm definitely going to take that on board for the rest of my life. I think if I can get through Big Brother and the media scrutiny that's come out of it, I don't think there's nothing that I can face anymore. So that's a huge thing that I learned about myself. Would I do it all again? I'd have to say yes, even though there's been ups and downs. I think the positive that I'll be able to take forward out of this for the rest of my life makes the downs worth it, so I would definitely do it all again.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so lastly, what was your favorite part of the entire experience for you?
My favourite part? Well, that's tough.
Or moment.
The general favourite part was my reason for even going on the show was the opportunity to just meet a whole bunch of people that I would never cross in any other circumstances. There's no reason that the people that I was thrown in the house with, our paths never would have crossed. So I think my favourite part about the whole experience was getting to meet a wide variety of people and forming genuine friendships. I don't know what gets shown, and probably looks like we bicker and fight a lot, but we do form some real genuine friendships, and that's definitely the highlight.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, thank you
very much.